Environmental risk assessment, or ERA, is a structured process that used to evaluate the potential risks of both the environment and the human health. It includes the 4 key stages, which is the hazardous identification, exposure assessment, dose response analysis, and a risk characterization. So in our study, we focus on industrial wastewater discharge into the river, which is a major environment concern in Malaysia due to a rapid industry growing.
First, we start with hazard identification. We have 5 common types of hazards, which are physical hazards, biological hazards, chemical hazards, ergonomic hazards, and psychological hazards. Each of these hazards have their own sources, which is self-explanatory. Like chemical hazards, of course, the sources is from chemicals. And then for our project, we use industrial wastewater discharge into river. It's mainly involving chemical hazards. Next is exposure assessment on how these hazards are exposed to the population and ecosystem. We call it pathway. There are 4 types of pathway, being air, soil, groundwater, and water bodies. For our project, mainly focus on what wastewater discharge into the river. The pathway we focus on is water bodies, where the wastewater or hazards will be carried by the rivers and will affect drinking water qualities.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Adi Sufi and my matric number is S728C8. In this section, we will focus on effect assessment, which is involve understanding how exposure to industry wastewater pollutant can impact human health and the environment. First, south of pollution, the rapid industrial growth has led to more factories releasing wastewater into river often without proper treatment. Second, harmful pollutants. This wastewater contain harmful substances like BOD, COD, TSS, ammonium nitrogen, and heavy metal, all of which is degrade water quality and harm aquatic life. Third, Tirang River case study. For the example, the Tirang River was found to be polluted with several of these pollutants. The water quality index classified it is class 3, meaning slightly polluted, and is need to of urgent attention. For environment impact, pollution reduce oxygen level in river, leading to fish kill, loss of biodiversity, and long-term damage to ecosystem. 5. Health and economic impact. When river water is contaminated, it affects drinking water supply and can even shut down treatment plant, impacting thousands and causing economic loss and industry and community. 6. Need for action to solve the issue. We need stricter enforcement of regulation, improve wastewater treatment technology, and long-term water management strategy. So next is I want to share about risk characterization for industrial wastewater discharge into the river. First, IER 2000 regulates industrial wastewater under the Environmental Quality Act 1974. Second, industrial must monitor BOD, COD, TSS, and unlevel regularly. 3. Monthly reports are submitted to the Department of Environment (DOE). 4. Factories must install automatic monitoring device at discharge point. 5. DOE carries out 1 to 4 compliance inspection each year. 6. Penalty include fine, jail, or factory shutdown for non-complier. 7. Some industries still release untreated wastewater harming river. 8. Polluted river can lead to ecosystem damage and water supply issue. 9. Risk management include monitoring, enforcement, new technology, and stakeholder cooperation. Lastly, joint effort from government, industry, and community are needed.
Alright, let's move to the mitigation and management measures. First, all industries should install proper wastewater treatment system. The system must include primary, secondary, and even tertiary treatment stage to remove harmful substances before discharge. Advanced methods such as membrane filtration and chemical neutralization may be needed for toxic waste. These measures ensure compliance with national environmental regulations. Secondly, industries should adopt cleaner production practice. This means reducing waste at the source through water reuse, safer raw materials, and process efficiency. Not only does this reduce pollution, but it can also lower operational costs in the long term. Additionally, natural solutions like riparian buffer zones and constructed wetlands can filter runoff before it reaches rivers. These green infrastructures are affordable and also support biodiversity. From a management perspective, regular monitoring and environmental audits are essential to track effluent quality. Companies should also implement internal environmental policies, train their staff, and appoint environmental officers. Lastly, emergency response plans must be in place for unexpected spills or system failures. Government incentive and penalties should also be used to encourage compliance and environmental responsibility.
Today I'll be talking about potential improvement that could enhance the effectiveness of current wastewater management frameworks. This suggestion aims to make regulation more robust, monitoring more efficient, and enforcement more impactful. First, we need stricter and regularly update discharge standards. As our scientific understanding evolves, so should our regulations, especially to include emerging pollutants that aren't yet fully addressed. Next is enhanced monitoring. More frequent checks and real-time monitoring system would help catch violations earlier. We could also incorporate tools like drones and satellite imagery for broader surveillance. To make enforcement more effective, penalties for non-compliance should be increased. These fines should be proportionate to the actual environmental damage caused, making them a real deterrent. We could also encourage industries to adopt greener technologies by offering incentives like tax breaks and subsidies. Cleaner production benefits everyone, the industries, ecosystem, and communities alike. Another key improvement is in strengthening the regulatory bodies. That means hiring more staff, providing training, and investing in better equipment for agencies like the Department of Environment. Public participation can be a game changer. Easy-to-use platform for reporting violence would allow citizens to be watchdogs, and with clear follow-up protocols, this adds an extra layer of accountability. Lastly, we need a more integrated approach. Instead of treating wastewater in isolation, we should manage river basins holistically, coordinating across sectors and stakeholders for a healthier ecosystem. In summary, combining stricter standards, smart monitoring, stronger enforcement, and inclusive strategies can significantly improve wastewater management. Together, these changes can protect our water resources more effectively.
In conclusion, our assessment shows that industrial wastewater discharge into a river poses a serious threat to aquatic ecosystem and our public health itself. The exposure to the toxic pollutants such as heavy metal and organic waste leads to a biodiversity loss and health risk for a nearby community as well. Right? So the risk characterization indicates a high impact, especially in poorly regulated areas. Therefore, we recommend a stronger enforcement of wastewater treatment regulation, the adoption of cleaner industrial practice, improve a monitoring system, a greater public awareness, and a review of environmental policies to ensure a better protection of our river system.